But tell me, just what is it that you want to do?
Well, we want to be free. We want to be free to do what we want to do. We want to be free to ride. We want to be free to ride our machines without being hassled by the man. And we want to get loaded. And we want to have a good time. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a party.
Welcome to another shit show on the Bikers Lifestyle Podcast with your host, Dirty and Tank.
Yeah, right. Yeah, hey, here we are. All right.
We're really good at this.
We are. Oh, yeah. That's why we have shirts that say "Welcome to the Shit Show."
I mean, it's my every time that I film, I have technical difficulties. So,
have you watched any of our podcasts, Meg?
After you reached out to me, I did go back and look at a few of them.
And yet you're still here. Wow.
Well, like I said, no judgment. You saw my first YouTube video. It was terrible. Like, I shot it in the wrong direction. Like, so it's a learning curve for sure.
Yeah. We've been on the same learning curve. I mean, our first episode that we shot, nobody's ever seen except he and I.
Okay.
And you want to explain, Dirty, why that is?
Well, here's the thing. I don't remember the first 6 podcasts that we did because I got so fucking drunk. Like, they're new to me too. Let's put it that way. When I watched them, I was like, wow, I don't remember any of it. But, you know, we like to have fun. I mean, this whole thing was supposed to be just a loose conversation and just having a laugh because we don't take ourselves seriously, you know.
Well, that's better. It's better not to take yourself too serious.
So everybody, just I should bring you up to date. We're sitting here with Megan from Meg's Motorcycle Journey, and she's Instagram and YouTube star, I would say. Well, hell of a lot more followers than we do.
I don't know about that. That's a little much, but okay.
Getting there.
But she's graciously agreed to come on the Bikers Lifestyle Podcast with us, and she actually watched a few of our episodes and still did now. So, you know, I don't know about your judgment at this point in time, Meg, but that's all right. That's okay. That's okay.
Well, when you reached out to me, I was like, I want to know a little bit, you know.
And what do you know?
I mean, I just wanted to sort of check out what you guys do and your style and who you guys are. And like you said, I'm still here, so I don't know what that says about my judgment, but you know.
Hey, I mean, we're just having a good time. So I got a question for you.
Sure.
Okay. So you're a professional, you're a lawyer for a living.
Yes.
And you recently got into motorcycles last year, like again. Like you started out, you were into dirt bikes like most people that have ever ridden. You start out on the dirt because dirt is softer than pavement. And you know, so I got to ask, how has your life changed? Like, does riding a motorcycle, like, has it like infected the rest of your life, or is it just sort of like just another hobby?
I think a little bit of both. I certainly have tried, because my kids are getting older, to carve out more time for myself and do more things that make me happy and make me feel like me. I feel like I lost a lot of that raising small kids, like getting to do things that I love, because, you know, I was a competitive gymnast. I did aerial skiing. I did a lot of thrill seeking. I did competitive cheerleading and co-ed. So, you know, I had 4 guys throwing me 30 feet in the air.
I was going to say, you were the one they tossed way up in the air, right?
Yeah. So
Damn.
I anything that feels like flying, pretty much, I like doing.
Right.
And I felt like I didn't really get to have that part of my life when my kids were smaller, just because, you know, I was having babies and nursing babies and raising babies. And when you have to constantly have your eyes on somebody so that they're not committing suicide unintentionally 24 hours a day, it's tough to explore your own passions and hobbies. So I feel like, and I grew up in the country, so like we did ride dirt bikes and 4-wheelers and ATVs, and I had that part of me. So I'm not sure that my real personality fits in with the lawyer crowd all that much, because it doesn't feel like home to me. Home to me feels like the people I grew up with that, you know, are from the country and do those kind of things. So I guess to answer your question, yes, it's been another hobby, but it's been something that I love doing. It helps de-stress me. It's one of the few things that I'm not thinking about my 24 active clients and having to go to court tomorrow. And did I fill out somebody's field trip permission slip? Like, when I'm on the bike, I'm in the moment. And so that's awesome for me. But it also feels like I've gotten to return to a little bit of some of the parts of me that I love that I didn't get to be as often, I'll say.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, for me myself, I mean, motorcycling, like biking or whatever, you know, riding, it brings you back to center, you know. I mean, life can be fucking hectic. I mean, I got to tell you, you're a professional. I mean, you're doing big things. I mean, I'm a fucking welder and Tank's an exotic dancer. So I mean,
You know
you
what?
huh?
You know, I actually encourage people all the time to go into trades. You know, I have a tremendous student loan debt burden, and even though school has always been easy for me and I do really well with it, I don't suggest that most people take on those kind of loans when you can learn a trade and be really great at it and probably make the same amount of money, because you're not paying essentially a mortgage in student loans. Honestly, yeah.
Well,
So,
I mean, I tell people this to do what they're passionate with, you know. I mean, if you want to get into law or you want to be a doctor or you want to be, you know, a businessman or, you know.
nope, don't do it.
Well,
don't do it.
there's soft people out there that can't, you know, burn steel for a living or work on cars, or I mean, they're just, it is what it is. I mean, everybody just find your niche and run with it.
Strokes for different folks, for sure.
Exactly. Find your niche and run with it.
And I just want to go on record, I haven't been a male stripper that long.
No, you're really good at it.
Oh yeah. That's right.
No judgment there either.
But I was a professional chef, and then I was a corporate trainer for a little while too.
Okay.
Now I'm kind of retired. You know, I'm down in Florida. Well, Wisconsin and Florida split my time, and you know, I dabble.
I'm sure the Florida time is a little bit nicer for riding that bike.
Yeah. Well, I've got a bike up north and a bike down south, but pretty soon I'll be riding my bike down south up north, so I'll have two for the season. So that's kind of
nice. So you're heading to Daytona this week, aren't you, Meg?
We're trailering there, actually. Well, some of our friends are taking the auto train, but cameraman and I are trailering in our company trailer.
Nice.
Well, I mean, it sounds from you're a biker fashionista, I think. Would you say that?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. So you I don't think all the clothes you wanted to wear would have fit in that little saddlebag you got.
So that's an issue for sure. And also we had like t-shirts and stuff made, so we wanted to be able to have space for that. But like, I'm considering Myrtle Beach Bike Week on the bike. So I bought, or Viking Bags has been working with me, and they're going to send me a sissy bar bag. So we'll see. But I'm going to try to ride to Myrtle Beach Bike Week. I mean, right now, Florida's another thing. We still have snow in some places here in Maryland. So riding for an entire day through that, you know, is not undoable, but is kind of miserable and not really probably the way I want to start this trip. But Myrtle's is more doable because it's in May, and so it'll be warmer, no snow, and it's like a 7 hour ride from 7 or 8 hour ride to Myrtle. So I'm probably going to try to ride there. We'll see how my sissy bar bag does.
So right now you've been, I know in your episodes you talk about how you want to be a year-round biker. How's that been working out this year so far for you?
So last year was a milder winter, and so I never went more than 10 days without riding last year. When I say milder, I don't mean, we definitely had warmer spots, but just less snow and ice. So the longest I went last year without riding was 10 days. This year, I don't think it's been much more except for the 3 weeks that my bike was in the shop. And it just happened to be that those were the snowiest 3 weeks. But I picked up my bike last Thursday. I rode Thursday, I rode Friday, and I rode today. And I definitely did rides throughout December and January this year, even like in the 30s, as long as there wasn't ice and snow. But we definitely had a patch for about 3 weeks that was almost straight ice and snow.
Well, I mean, if you're riding in that type of weather, you're already up on probably about 80% of the bikers out there, wouldn't you say, brother?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guys out there that act more hardcore than they are. I mean, I don't know how many people in Wisconsin here put their bikes away in September and don't break them out until May. So,
I mean, we have a lot of that too. Now, don't think I'm too tough. I got heated gear. I have heated gloves. I have a heated vest. Makes a huge difference.
oh yeah.
Although I have only worn my full face 3 times this year. I really hate it. And I know I'm going to get flack for that, but I really don't like wearing it. So I will wear it today. I wore the half. I wore the half last Thursday and Friday. Last Thursday was nicer, probably close to 50. Friday was 40s. Today was 40s, but today was like freezing, pelting rain. That was kind of misery in a half helmet. That was my stupidity there.
Oh,
Shit happens.
yeah, right. Yeah, if you're gonna wait for the weather to be good to ride your motorcycle, you're never gonna ride anyway. So
Oh, that's true.
So
Plus, you
now,
live in California. It always seems to be nice in California.
It is.
pretty friggin' nice down here all the time too.
Yeah, I've heard that Florida is not a bad deal. But I can't get barred anywhere else. I'm not taking the bar exam ever again.
So now, watching a few of your episodes, you looks like Jerry Palladino there, Motorman. He's been using you as an example. If you Google like little lady handles big bike, like it brings up you.
Wow, I didn't know that. I haven't Googled it. Yeah, Jerry was really nice. He commented on one of my videos fairly early on. And we started emailing back and forth, and he asked if I'd be interested in coming down to get trained. And I was like, yeah, sure. That'd be awesome. So, yeah, it was really fun. And I feel like I learned a lot, and it definitely gave me perspective about the size of a bike and what I can handle. Because, I mean, my Lowrider S is significantly bigger than my Sportster. I rode my cameraman has a breakout that I've rode. My friend Doug, he's been in a couple of my videos. He has a black line that I've just like taken around the parking lot. But I was very nervous to try like bigger bikes. So Jerry was like, you can't hurt this bike. It's got crash bars. Drop it. I don't care. Do what you want with it. So that was awesome.
So the Breakout's a Softail pretty much, right?
It is. It's got the fat back wheel. It's definitely heavier than my bike. It's also really stretched out for me. So Mike's like 5'11". So for him, it's like really comfortable. He hates my mid controls. But if I try to ride the Breakout, I've got to scoot. Like I'm basically sitting on the tank to reach his controls.
You know, I catch a lot of shit for this, but I tell women, because sometimes women will ask, you know, hey, you know, what kind of bike should I get? And I always push them towards the Softail.
You are not gonna fucking let that go, are you?
Now my bike is a Softail, and I like it better. I mean, I guess it used to. They modeled it, I guess, off the Dyna, sort of, but it's
Stop shaking your head, brother. There's something
else.
else.
They're good bikes.
Yeah. Hold on, man. No. Hold on one sec here. All right. Back in one of our episodes, Meg, he made this reference that a Softail is a chick's bike. And he said it, and he was talking so earnestly. And then, like, in the middle of the episode, he remembered that my Harley is a Softail. And so it, like, dawned on him. And then he was like, oh, my God, no. I mean, Tank rides a Softail. And he, like, backtracked. And it's been this bad joke ever since. And so now the asshole decides he's going to bring it up in the middle of talking to you. So that's why he's laughing like he is. So go ahead.
I mean, first of all, definitely not chick bikes. Definitely not.
Thank you.
every guy I ride with rides a Softail except one. So of the like 5 guys I ride with, every single one except one of them rides a Softail.
No,
And
Softail's
they're
cool.
definitely tough guys. So I don't think
Yeah.
it's a chick bike, but I do think, I mean, they ride different Softails. I do think that I actually have an easier time on my Lowrider S that's a Softail than I did on my Sportster. The Sportster, not parking and taxiing. Definitely the Sportster was a good 200 pounds lighter, so taxiing it and having to park it in tough situations was easier. But riding itself, like the center of gravity on the Sportster is a lot higher, which is fine. I balance really well being a gymnast. I've had that my whole life, but I just think it's more comfortable, the Lowrider S. And, I would be riding with the guys on the Sportster. I would be full throttle, like 55, like, so like,
Right on.
I don't think it helps you get around traffic either. If you're in a dangerous situation behind a truck with loose items, it's really hard on the Sportster to like, you can drop into 4th and try, but it's not great. So
Yeah,
I've told a lot of women who are afraid of getting a Softail because they think that it's too big of a bike, that I think that they would have an easier time in many circumstances.
I mean, throttle's throttle, right? I mean, it doesn't matter what size the motor is, the throttle is. So if it's got a big, huge, fast bike, I mean, just don't give it as much throttle. Just get used to it. So it's.
I would agree.
I mean, and the Softail S is like just a little shy of 700 pounds, I think.
Yeah,
So
it is.
It's not a large bike, but it's also not a small bike.
Correct. But I find it easier to ride. Like I said, not easier to taxi, but easier to ride.
Well, my whole point being is that the Softail has a lower seat height than, say, the Sportster, because you sit almost on top of a Sportster where you sit in the Softail.
So, yes, but all of the Softails are wider. So if you have short legs, even though it's a lower bike, it's still harder. Like I'm on tippy toes on the breakout, and I'm also not as bad on the black line, but close. My bike, I can flat foot, and if I'm in a boot that's got a significant heel. Now the Sportster, I had the Harley low seat on, and so I could flat foot actually better. It was, and because the seat was so narrow, my feet were on the ground slightly better. Now, I haven't gotten a low seat for this. I think if I did, it would make a significant difference. But that's the one thing. They are lower, but I have decently long legs for being 5'2". I still have a real hard time because of how wide they are with flat footing.
There's always a Softail Slim.
I don't like that. It's forward controls, and I can't reach them. Again, I have to sit on the tank.
Now,
so
see, if you'd watched your episode, you would have known that, brother. See?
Hey, man, I'm 6'3", dude. I don't know what people are doing these days.
It's not a concern, I'm sure. Although it is funny when really tall guys would ride on the Sportster and their knees are like this.
You should have seen them on a Suzuki.
I'm sure on a sport bike, they were like probably in your face.
Yeah. Well, you get used to it. Harley, you're not used to it.
I was forced to get my motorcycle endorsement, by the Rock County Sheriff's, and so I had to go through the Rider's Edge class. And at that point in time, they used the Buells, the Buell Blasts, and I'm 6'2", like 400 pounds. I'm football player size, and I looked like a friggin' monkey, a bear on top of a tiny little mini bike on that thing, let me tell you.
Yeah.
So
I always enjoy, there's like a funny compilation, I think it's on YouTube or somewhere, of like big guys on little bikes. It's just funny. It's just funny to watch.
yeah, I can see why that would be. So now Meg, do you do your own maintenance on your bike, or?
I'm trying to learn. The guys are trying to teach me. I'm going somewhere with this, by the way. I had the oil changed by Harley for the 1,000-mile, and then I had a shop that worked on it change it again for 5. But probably after Daytona, I should change it again. And I've got a couple companies that like sent me some oil filter stuff. But I watched I watched my friend Doug do his, so I'm gonna try. I mean, you probably saw the hilarious installation of my sissy bar, and if you tune in on Thursday,
I watched for about 60 seconds of you trying to figure out the ratchet wrench, and I just like wanted to climb through the computer screen.
oh, they were laughing.
And I'm like, you don't have to turn it all the way around. It's a ratchet. You can, match it.
So they were laughing at me. Like they all knew that I looked ridiculous, but they thought that it was hilarious. So they allowed me to continue.
I agree.
It makes for good content. It makes for good content.
So I have a slip-on installation video that I'm going to put on YouTube on Thursday, and it is equally as hilarious.
What slip-ons did you go with?
So Chromeworks actually
All right.
asked me if I'd be interested in doing like a product review.
Mm-hmm.
So, the price is right. So,
Hey.
So I said I would do that, see how that works, and then I want to do a full stage one and get a fuel tuner. I was waiting until my warranty is over, and I know what people say about the warranty, but I have had good luck, which my guy friends say is more that I'm me and less that the Harley warranty is worth anything. But I had issues with the Sportster, and they picked it up, fixed it, no questions asked. So I'm like, I might as well. I'm a lawyer. I know about contracts. I might as well. Like the slip-on's not going to void the warranty, so I might as well wait the 2 years and then do the full stage one. So for right now, we'll do the Chromeworks slip-ons and see how that works out for me.
Right.
But the installation video is probably equally hilarious.
Well, everybody's got to start from somewhere.
I mean, I'm okay with making fun of myself, or I wouldn't put it out there. So
Yeah. Yeah. This whole podcast that we do is just basically us acting like assholes on the internet. So I mean,
yeah, we're like this in real life too.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, well, I mean, long and the short of it is, I mean, we're just excited to see people like yourself getting out there, because most people, and I hate to say this, but most people think of biker chicks as like the heavier set, older, brash women. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with those people, but at the same time, it's somebody like yourself who obviously takes care of herself, and you're a professional, and you're a mom and a wife and everything.
Former cheerleader. Former cheerleader.
Yeah, that.
Well, gymnast, well, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We'll gloss over that. But, I mean, it's just kind of cool that, not everybody has to, eat chicken wings and guzzle beer. They, anybody can do this.
I'll eat me some chicken wings. But beer, I'm not a big beer fan. I'd rather have liquor, but I get it. And actually, the woman that taught my class, the woman that taught my class at Harley when I got my license, my motorcycle license, was more that type of woman, and she made repeated comments that motorcycles aren't for everybody. And then when we went in to like get on the bikes to do the skills portion, she made like 4 guys spot me, even though I could probably squat at least one of those guys, like his body weight. But she was like, went over the top, and I was irritated, but I feel like it just drove me to be better. And then I got the highest score on the test. I tied with another guy who'd been doing motocross racing and stuff. So at the end, so I was like, motorcycles aren't meant for everyone, are they? And she just kind of gave me a look, but yeah.
Well, I mean, that's just it. It's everybody gets caught up in stereotypes, and Harley people are no different. Everybody thinks that Harley guys are just drunks that ride to and from bars, and it's like, no, I mean, we're drunks. We also ride from state to state. I mean,
we also tour sometimes.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, it's not just bar to bar. I mean, there's other bars in other states. Fuck.
There you go.
What's your favorite liquor?
Tequila. I'm a margarita girl for sure.
Well, sure. So, what's your favorite tequila?
I'm honestly not picky. I will drink real 90% of the time.
Nice. My wife's a big fan of Tito's. That's why I ask.
So my best friend is too. You don't want to know why. She was in the episode. She rode with me on that one, like my best friend's first time on a motorcycle. So Lauren, we've been best friends since middle school. She is gluten-free, and I make fun of her all the time about it. And Tito's is gluten-free.
Well, that's how. Well, see, me and the wife did the keto diet last year, so we started doing the whole. I went straight to whiskeys because that's who I am as a person. And she started doing the vodka, and then she started doing tequilas, and yeah. So she had the clear liquors, and I had the brown liquors. So I was kind of curious on. It's clear liquor, yeah. I mean, it's healthier for you. That's what I say.
Of course.
Beer's got carbs. Nobody wants those.
Exactly.
You guys are talking about drinking booze. I got nothing. I've been cleaning sober since April 3rd, 2019. So.
Oh, congratulations! That's great.
I was too good at it.
I have a best friend who grew up with all of us too, committed to the sober lifestyle, very involved, and for him, he needed that, and I'm so glad that he did because I love him, and I wouldn't have wanted the alternative. So, congratulations, and all the more power to you. And everybody's different, so.
Oh yeah. So you like my style and hat that I have here?
It's fabulous.
It was made by a guy named Tiller. He's laughing because he knows I'm segueing into it. Tiller, a friend of ours, Tiller, lives in Arizona now, but he's a club member from a club in the Madison area, and he does Tiller's toppers. They always have top hats and stuff, really cool stuff, all handmade. So we're doing a hat giveaway.
Oh, nice.
So he's got one. This one he made for me, stretched to fit my head.
Very nice. So, I'm a big hat person. I usually don't do those kind of hats. I mostly do baseball hats, but I'll go out there sometimes. Like when I go to the beach, I'll wear one of those big wide brimmed hats.
Now, do you ever get out to Wisconsin way?
I have never been to Wisconsin. I had a good friend from law school from there, and we talked cheese, but that's about as close as I have gotten.
Cheese up here.
We do know cheese in Wisconsin, that's for sure.
I would take a bath in cheese. That's how much I like it.
Well, I mean, we do a lot of charitable work. Our club does in the area that we're in. We've got 4 big events that we do every year. One for the vets, and the rest for like fallen brothers and for families that need. And the battered woman shelter, the domestic family survivor abuse center.
It's the domestic violence survivor center.
That's it.
Okay, all great causes. And cameraman's a Navy vet, so we try to do a lot of vet stuff too with our car wash business.
Yeah, we do a ride for the homeless to help the homeless vets.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, but I mean,
what's your guys' car wash business? It's like
yeah.
So we, cameraman and another friend of mine, the 3 of us own it. They actually ran a really big concept for about 10 years that had 3 different locations. It was a very high volume sort of luxury car wash, and that was a conveyor tunnel. So we're looking to do that as well. We're looking for property. We had some property that we were zeroed in on, and then COVID happened, and I didn't feel great about the contract that we had in place for that. So I told them I thought we should wait. So right now we do mobile detailing. We have 3 mobile detail units, and we do consulting because Mike was in the industry for a decade and knows it really well. So I will do consulting on the risk management, HR, employee handbook, and he will do consulting on the operations, training and management of everything from chemicals to office to front of the car wash type of stuff. So
what's the name of that car wash?
It's That Car Wash, which I thought was a really stupid name, and Mike thought it was really funny because people would be like, "What car wash?" And be like, "That Car Wash." So we did a Survey Monkey, and we asked 300 people, and 67% of them voted for that. And then I still was not willing to have it as the name. And then we asked my friend Linda, who's a trademark and patent attorney, and she was like, Megan, of all the names, that's the only one that I can trademark and patent. And I was like, dang it. Anyway, I appreciate it at this point. We've had the car wash has been going for about 2 years, so I love it now. But initially, I was like, we are not naming it that, Mike. But of course, he won and I lost.
Can't win them all.
No,
True.
you cannot win them all.
True.
Well, I suppose we should probably let you get to do.
Yeah, I have to do bills tonight, so I'll probably be up half the night. But then I got only one more sleep till I leave for Daytona. So.
Well,
it's been a pleasure having you on, Meg.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'd love to, have you on again, check back in again and see how things were going.
that would be awesome. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Now we'll end this video here, but don't click off right away. We usually do a little post wrap once I've stopped the recording. So
All right, sounds good.
a little insider information there. But I don't know if you've ever made it to the end of one of our shows. Most people haven't anyway, but we've been
Nobody makes it to the end of my videos either. Very, very
I did.
I mean, I have some that are 30. I have some with a 33% retention rate, but not great.
Yeah.
So don't feel
you
bad.
don't even know how to check that.
It's just
Some of the stats.
YouTube Studio.
Studio, that's it. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep, I've looked
Take
at
your
those
word
as
for it.
well. Okay. Well, once again, thank you very much for coming
Sure
on.
thing.
It's always to get a different perspective from a cool chick in the motorcycle world.
No, thank
And
you.
we're just a couple greasy bikers from Janesville, Wisconsin. And once again, want to wish you the best. Hope we can check back in. Maybe we can get you back on the show here pretty soon.
Definitely.
Hope things go well at
Appreciate you
Bike
having me.
Week. What's that?
Thank you. I said I appreciate you having me.
And just remember, everybody, the most dangerous part in your motorcycle is the nut that connects the seat to the handlebars. Peace.